afternoon, friends. This is Lynna here, and I'm sitting here waiting for my camera to come up. So let me show you something. See those lights right there? I'm waiting for one of those lights to turn green, and then we got two greens on that, and that means that this camera up here will be ready for me to use. See, because that's what I do. I control that camera. See, if you want to notice, it's mounted on this pipe, and then it's shooting the game. So, you know, it goes back and forth, right? These are the cameras that cover the guys that go to the penalty box. This is especially important for Joanne Rogers today because her Buffalo Sabres are playing. So, Joanne, the Sabres are playing today here in Nashville. Are you going to be watching? That's Joanne Rogers. She's a friend of mine on Facebook, and she is a huge Buffalo Sabres fan, and she's originally from Buffalo and loves hockey. So, it's just a little shout out to Joanne. Hi! But anyway, we're just waiting for stuff to start showing up. Typically I would have to set all this stuff up myself, but we had a game a couple days ago, so I didn't really have to put anything away. So everything is as is, and everything is as it was, when I left and stuff. So but it's a crazy life, looking forward to what the future holds for me, because obviously hockey season does not last forever, and if the team isn't that great, they're not going to be in the playoffs, and it looks like the Predators aren't that great this year. So that means that I won't be working any postseason hockey. It's always cool because you never know. If your team makes it, it could go all the way to the Stanley Cup, which is in June, and you would have games not just in March, but you would have games we have a couple of games in April, and we would have games in May and then into June. But being as it is, I guess I'll just have to see and wait. I'm kind of waiting on Major League Baseball to decide whether they're going to use me or not. There was a good chance, but I'm still waiting on that. There's a band that's going to be warming up here pretty soon. You can see through the glass there, band stage. And they're going to be performing, between periods and stuff. Sometimes we get guys like Vince Gill to perform. Well, we've had, Carrie Underwood. We've had, you name it, Nashville. Well, they come out and they watch these guys play. So it's kind of fun. Mike Fisher, would be probably lesser known as Carrie Underwood's husband. He's on the Predators, and Carrie sits in a box. Let me see if I can find it. I believe she sits up here in section 107 or suite 212, I think it is. That's the Carrie Underwood suite. So it's actually kind of funny because as a local broadcaster, I was just distracted. No, not really. I was called by the guy that's doing the video for this show, and he was wondering where my cables were plugged in. But as I was saying before, Carrie Underwood is occasionally down here by, behind the scenes and stuff. One time she came to my position where I'm at is over by the entrance to the rink by the Zamboni. And the Zamboni is right through that door right there. It goes underneath that overhang there, underneath the bandstand. That's where that machine comes out. That pulls out. It comes out to clean up the ice and make it look good and nice and sharp. Nice and shiny and clean and slick for the players to play, because in hockey, if the ice is not really smooth like glass, you know, then the puck won't slide really well, and it'll just be kind of a you know, a slower paced game. So the NHL likes to have speed going on with its game, so they want the ice as slick as possible and as icy glassy as possible. So, you know, they have these machines that come out, 2 of them at a time, and they come right around and they make the ice look just like that. I mean, smooth as glass. You know, it's smooth as glass. And if you fall on it, oh my God. It's really, really, really hard. I mean, if you fall on it, you can definitely break an ankle, break a leg. I don't know how these guys, well, they're wearing tons of pads and stuff, but I don't know how they can handle it. Because hockey players play like 80, 85 games a year, and they play really hard. Like, they'll go out for, you know, like for maybe 4-5 minute stretches or something like that onto the ice. That's the Predators bench right there, and then across over by this, on the other side of that Reebok sign, right in here is the visitors side, and the visitors come in through that tunnel, and the Predators come in through that tunnel with the Predator logo spinning right now. And they'll come in and they're just like jumping right over the boards, I guess they call them, and they're running right towards skating right towards the action, and they're going pedal to the metal, full bore, for like 3 or 4, sometimes 5 minutes at a time. And sort of like football, you know, they have the defense and the offense and stuff, but in hockey it's a little different because they got like defensive forwards. I mean, they have forwards, they have defenders and stuff, and you know, it's sort of like a mix of hockey, of basketball and football combined is what hockey is. Because you got a goal, and then you've got like guys coming in and out and stuff like that. You know, it's kind of a hard sport to pick up if you don't know it very much. But I would encourage anyone who's like kind of like, oh, whatever, hockey, just come on out to a game sometime, take a look for yourself, and just be in the atmosphere, because the place just comes alive. You know, people just start packing in here, and it gets really loud. They got a band going on, practicing right now, and you know, everybody's like really excited about the Predators, and you know, sometimes the other teams pack it out and bring other guys, you know, bring the fans in. But it's usually a great time had by all, and I count it a real privilege for me to be able to sit here and to do a game, not to have to pay for a ticket, because they are expensive. But I mean, I've sat down like right next to the glass and stuff when I was running a handheld camera as a guy, and the action was pretty intense. Now I'm looking at it from afar, but you know, it is what it is now. I mean, they don't want me operating a handheld anymore. They don't want me going in the guys' locker rooms and stuff like that, so I guess, you know. But I'm glad you guys were able to take a little tour with me as I sit here and just pan the camera around, show you what's going on. But yeah, it's just another part of Lynna's life, you know, Lynna's life at a Predators game. See you guys, bye.